So how has your day been? How has your day been? Welcome to the Mentors Show. Excellent. Yeah, let's roll the tape. Intro.
Vent yourself and make a positive impact.
Okay, we'll start that.
Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go. Hello, welcome. I'm Dr. Olushola Ajide, your host on the Mentors Show, where we inspire you, help you reinvent yourself, and make a positive impact in your community, in your country, and on your continent. We mentor people across Africa. We bring you guests with inspiring life stories who are themselves transformation agents, making a positive change in their profession and nations. Subscribe to the African Coaching and Mentorship Initiative YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
So welcome everyone. Welcome to the Mentors Show. Yes, we are on your way again tonight. We've come your way again tonight. With a very So how was your day been? So tonight we are back mapping Africa's natural resources. Of course, you know already by now that when it comes to Africa, I'm personally passionate about the continent of Africa because it's our responsibility to do everything that could help the continent of Africa to, if you like to use the word, come of age. So welcome tonight. Like you could see, we are mapping Africa's natural resources. I am Dr. Olushola Ajide, your host on the Mentors Show. The Mentors Show is a show where we inspire you. It's a show where we help you reinvent yourself. It's a show where we bring you tips and ideas that could help you to become a change agent in your community, in your country, and on the continent, wherever you are. And so welcome to the Mentors Show. For our guests, or rather our audience, who are on Facebook at Olushola Ajide, welcome to the Mentors Show. For our guests on YouTube at the Africa Coaching and Mentorship Initiative YouTube channel, welcome. And to our guests on LinkedIn at the page, my page, Dr. Olushola Ajide, welcome. And of course, for those of you on Instagram, welcome to the Mentors Show. So tonight, like you have seen in the advert put out, we are mapping Africa's natural resources. Now, we normally have guests coming on the Mentor Show But on the days where we don't have guests come on this show, we look at mapping Africa's natural resources. And what does that mean? It means that we consider the natural resources that are available on the continent of Africa. And like you know, Africa is the new frontiers, isn't it? So Africa is the new frontiers. So we are, if we like to use the terminology, we are curating, making available, bringing to the fore those opportunities that exist therein. So please, wherever, on whatever platform you are joining us, if it's on LinkedIn or on Instagram or on YouTube or on Facebook, please comment. Let us know where you are joining us from. Comment and let us know where you are joining us. Just engage with us, even as we look at nation number 37. Now, it's been a while we've been going on this mapping Africa's natural resources, and we've been going nation by nation. It's been a long while. We've done Algeria, Angola, Benin, Botswana, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Central African Republic, Chad, Comoros, Congo, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, that's Democratic Republic of the Congo, Djibouti, Egypt, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Kenya, Lesotho, Liberia, Libya, Madagascar, Malawi, Mali, Mauritania, Mauritius. Mauritius was number 33 that we are looking at out of the list of countries, and Morocco was number 34. And today, not today, last time we looked at Mozambique, number 35. Last time we looked at Namibia, number 36. And today, the 2nd of July 2024, we are looking at Niger. Niger Republic is the nation we are mapping today. We are mapping Niger Republic today, the 2nd of July 2024. Let's say this is nation 37. So this is nation 37 that we are mapping. Now, of course, as we go through each of these nations, we'll see a common decimal. But just come alongside of us tonight. Please leave your comment. Let us know where you're joining us from. We really appreciate your engagement even on this show as we consider the nation of Niger Republic today. Yeah. So Niger, let's go based on, like you normally do on this show. When we talk about, we look at various things as regarding every nation that we have looked at. For every for every nation that we have considered, we've looked at various, if you like, measures that determine their development. So we look at things like their education situation, the literacy rate. We looked at the aspect of their health situation. We look at the life expectancy. We look at the aspect of the population. We looked at the aspect of the, don't forget, this is natural resources, mapping of that. We look at what are the natural resources that are available in that particular country, the natural resources, and we look at that. And of course, we look at other critical factors, if you like, that are important for a nation to exist. So that is what we are looking at the Niger tonight. So let's go there. Let's go for it. So Niger is a nation. So Niger is a nation, is a country in West Africa. It is it's a unitary state bordered by Libya to the north, to the northeast, Chad to the east, Nigeria to the south, Benin and Burkina Faso to the southeast, southwest rather, Mali to the west, Algeria and to the northeast. So you could see this particular nation, Niger, is landlocked, as it were. It means that it does not have any particular access to it doesn't have any particular access to good evening. So it does not have any access to Niger does not have any access to the sea. So it's landlocked. In fact, Niger is trying to make an arrangement with Benin Republic to create a port that they can begin to move items from the sea up for them to get to the nation. So the landmass is 1,270,000 kilometers. That's the landmass of Niger. Over 80% of its land lies in the Sahara. It lies in the 80% of its land. That tells you is predominantly the Sahara desert, if you like to use that word. Is predominantly Muslim, of about 25 million. So the population, so the capital of Niger is Niamey. The capital is Niamey. The official language or languages is French, because Niger was colonized by the French. So we also have Arabic, they have Guduma, they have Fulfulde, they have Gomanchima, they have Hausa, they have Kanuri, they have the Zama, Songhai, Tamashek, Tasawak, and Tebu as their official languages of this country. So we have the ethnic group that makes up this country. The ethnic group that make up Niger, the Hausas are 53.1%, the Zama and Songhai are 21.2%, the Tuareg at 11%, the Fulani are 6.5%, the Kanuri are 5.9%. And that Kanuri I mentioned now reminds me of my history class when I was in secondary school. When we talk about the Kanem Borno Empire. The 0.8% are the Goma, the 0.4 is the Tupo, 0.4 is the Arab, and others. So the religion of this country, 99.3% are Islam, 0.3% are Christianity, 0.2% are animism, and 0.1% they don't have any religion. So that's this particular country. Now the way they call the people from this country is similar to Nigeria, isn't it? Nigeria said Nigerian, Rian. But when it comes to Niger, they call him Nigerian. So that's what they call the people from Niger are called Nigerian. They term Nigerian. So they have a unitary republic under a military junta. They have the president is Abdul Rahman Chiani, and the vice is Saru Modi. Prime Minister is Ali Lamed Zain. Now, the population of this nation is 23.342,784. So 20 something million, almost. That's the population. Thank you for that. Thank you. The population of that, and that the total GDP of Niger Republic is, as of 2023, the estimate is about $42,739 billion. That's the total GDP of this nation. While the per capita is $1,579. So the GDP is the 144th when you look at in the whole world, while the per capita is 188. The currency is the West African CFA franc. West African CFA. That's the currency of this particular nation. So this nation of Niger, like I mentioned earlier, they have been colonized by the French. France has been the colonial masters that have ruled this particular nation. And it was in the 19th century that some European explorers that became, people like Mungo Park, Odnidem, Clapperton, Heinrich Barth, and Co. that came to discover this. Well, you say they discover, but you know what it means. It means they came into the geographical space called the Niger. Not that they discovered it, because it's something that's been there. But it was actually in I'll give you a minute. After a lot of internal fighting, the French came into the country, and good evening. Yeah, the French came into the country and were ruling, they colonized this particular nation, and before they got their independence. And of course, the nation has gone through a lot, because there's a lot of coup, counter coups, and all those uprisings, which is a given, so to speak, for any developing nation. All right, let's leave all this and go to the aspect of the natural resources. What are the natural resources in this country? Don't forget, I normally ask this question on this show when we are looking at the mapping Africa's natural resources, is that what were you born? Which problem were you born to solve? Everyone on earth was born to solve a problem. And for all the problems that exist on the continent of Africa, the solutions are therein. In other words, we the people from the continent are the solution to all the problems that exist on the continent. So for you as a person who's on this show tonight or watching a replay of this show, my question to you is, what problem were you born to solve? Because like we see from all the nations we've looked at on the continent of Africa, quite the problems are similar. So you might say, I am not from Niger Republic. Yeah, but whatever nation you are coming from, your nation also have challenges. And some of these challenges, particularly on the continent of Africa, are similar. So, and you as an individual, you are part of the solution to the problem on the continent of Africa. So it's important for you to discover why were you born? What problem were you born to solve? What problem were you born to solve? It's important for you to know why you exist. It's important for you to know why you exist. Because you are part of the solution. You are the ones that will help solve the problem. So let's quickly go through some of the challenges. First, let's look at the natural resources. Don't forget, the natural resources are opportunities for us to look at the abundance. If you like, for those of us as a lecturer in business and management, it's more like doing a SWOT analysis. It's more like doing a SWOT analysis. What are the things and the opportunities that are there? What are the strengths? What are the weaknesses? What are the opportunities? And what are the threats that are there in Niger? The opportunities provides an opportunity for you and I to step in and make the place a better place and make the country a better country. Like I said, if you think, oh, I'm not from Niger, I don't want to solve the problem in Niger, all the problems we are earmarking or highlighting are also available in the country where you come from. So you can step to the plate and also solve the problem for your own nation. So it is that. So what are the natural resources? The natural resources of Niger include uranium. In fact, uranium is a big one in Niger Republic. Uranium is a big one. So they have uranium, they have coal, they have gold, they have iron ore, they have tin, they have phosphates, they have petroleum, they have molybdenum, they have salt, they have gypsum. So Niger has some of the largest uranium reserves in the world. It also has a good amount of oil reserves. So you would assume that nations that have good reserves of natural resources that should for no reason be suffering. These nations are suffering. These nations are going through a lot. Why? Because of various factors, and that's the reason. One of the factors is why I ran the Project 50 Pentagon. Check the website Project 50 Pentagon to empower and raise new crop of leaders for the continent of Africa. There's a new need to raise a new crop of leadership to mentor young people, and that's what we are. We are the Africa Coaching and Mentorship Initiative, helping and mentoring people to bring them to speed for them to be able to lead and help bring Africa to what it should be. So this is all these reserves. You would think that, like we saw in all other nations that we've seen before, How has this benefited the locals, the citizens of the nation? And that's the challenge we have on the continent. And so you are part of the solution. You are part of the solution. That's why we come on this show. This show is to create an awareness for you as a young person to say you are part of the solution. All right, let's unpack now before we unpack, when we start with literacy education, the education in the country of Niger, it was very appalling and very challenging that just in 2022, the literacy rate of Niger was 38.10%, and that 38.10% between 2021 and 2022, the increase was 38.1. So you could see that and again he said in 2021 it was 0. So from 0 it increased to 38.10. Wow. It means, and when we talk about literacy rate, we're talking about people who are in a nation who can read and write. So there's a problem of education. Again, I will see with other nations. There's need for people to start schools, for people to start projects that would educate and increase the number base of members of that country and members of the continent. So this is very important. All right. When it comes to ranking in education, Niger is 147 among other nations in the world. 147. You see, that's a problem, isn't it? That's the problem. How would the children in the nation participate and contribute to the world if they are not able to read and write? Tell me, how would they be able to participate if they are unable to read and write? So that's education. Let's quickly look at another aspect of that. Let's look at the literacy rate. The literacy rate of, Niger Republic. I've mentioned it earlier. Let's go to the health sector. The health sector also is one of those metrics that nations use to talk about their development, their progress. Now, Niger's life expectancy is 61.58 years as of 2021. And I think this is even very good compared to Nigeria, which is 52.58 years, or Chad, which is 52.52 years. So it's, it has something going for it there, isn't it? It has something going for it. It's 61.58 years. That's the life expectancy. Life expectancy, these are part of the metrics that go to determine and use to know nations that are developed. Nations, you get to know them through, these are the things they use to know nations that are developed. And the life expectancy is low in Niger Republic because of food insecurity and infectious diseases. We need people who will grow food on the continent of Africa. We need pharmacies that will do research and come up with a solution of the problem on the continent. We need young people. We need young people to step up. Good. All right. So food insecurity is part of the challenge for the health. So in the agricultural sector of Niger Republic, as part of the agricultural resources that they have, they produce millet, sorghum, who are the main food crops, and they also have cassava, sugarcane, rice, and these are available in the crops in the country. They also have peanuts. They also have peanuts as a nation. Like the value of whatever a nation has is what will determine its wealth, what it can exchange for. If what the nation has is not valued by other nations, there's no way they can make money and bring about transformation. It's not possible. It's not possible. So let's quickly look at other areas. Let's look at other areas. We've seen mining, we've seen part of agric and health. So, of course, for all the people that rule the nation, you would observe that the military seems to be the longest, so to speak. They've been in control, and they are in control. All right. All right. Petroleum, like the research, I'm a researcher, and part of this challenge of calling about resource cost issues on the continent, in which nations are fully rich in resources, they are going cap in hand looking for money and not benefiting, as it were, from the resources. The nation is not benefiting from the resources of the nation. All right. So there's a challenge also of drinking water in this nation. There's a challenge of water for agricultural products and also for. So these are opportunities. Like it's often said that the Chinese man does not have a problem in his alphabet. It only look at our problems as opportunities. So what are the opportunities that exist? What are the opportunities that exist? All right, so the nation is part of the Great Western Wall Project. The nation has the world largest known animal carvings of two. The nation has been inhabited for over 50,000 years. That's what scientists have said. It's one of the hottest countries in the world. It's the home to the highest mud brick structure in the world. The highest mud brick structure. So this country is playing host to that to the Great Western Wall. Okay. So the flag of Niger is 3 bars of orange, white, and green, and there's a dot, a white dot. No, so not a white dot. On the white part, there's a dot at the center with the orange. That's the flag of this nation. That's the flag of this nation. All right. The nation also has World Bank has well concern when it comes to human rights, when it comes to safety of people and individuals. Oh. Thank you. So whatever be the challenge or the country you are from, your country also has challenges, and where are the solution of those ones? So if you're not from Niger, look at which you have come from and what are the challenges that you are there that you can help prefer solutions to. All right. I think that is me done. So I think that's all. I don't want to go more because I've looked at agriculture, education, health, life expectancy, and all have you. So, but the takeaway for you today, don't forget also that climate change is again increasing the savanna, the Sahara rather, increasing the Sahara. So the space available for already the nation does not do much of agriculture, but you could see with being the hottest area, you could imagine what people are going through in that environment, and you are the solution to all the problems in whatever nation you come from, and whatever the challenge that people have, you are the solution. So please go and be the solution to all people's problem. Okay, so that is us done for today. So if you have any comment or you just get in touch, send an email, drop me a message on whatever platform you are, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, or on Instagram. At YouTube is Africa Coaching and Mentorship Initiative YouTube. So drop a comment and I will do my best to try and see how we can support you and we can push you forward for you to discover the reason why you're born and to begin to deploy the reason why you're born. On that note, I think it's all done for today. So, thank you very much for those of you on Facebook. Thank you for those of you on Instagram. Thank you those of you on YouTube. Thank you those of you who are, of course, here on Instagram with me. Thank you, everyone. And that's us done for today. I'll see you again next time. Bye.